I'm Todd Grisham. Welcome to the one and only Empire Fight Camp. Alongside me, Johnny Nelson.
About time, too.
Time for our tale of the tape. Frank True Brit Bruno, 6'3", 225 pounds. He'll square off against the juggernaut Joe Joyce. 6'6" tall, 210 pounds, and he loves to bang it out.
Giving away a lot of weight here, so now this is where you have to be smart. This is where you've got to be sharp. You've got to try and time those shots coming through. Even being lent on by the heavier opponent makes it hard. You've got to be fit. You've got to be on point. You cannot afford to make any mistakes.
True Brit, Frank Bruno, a fan favorite for sure. Here he comes, fighting out of London, United Kingdom. The juggernaut Joe Joyce fights out of London, the United Kingdom. He is an intimidating specimen.
That is true confidence going with somebody so heavy.
And now for the official introductions. We turn it over to the world-renowned Jimmy Lennon Jr.
This bout is scheduled for 12 rounds of boxing. In the red corner, from London, England, a European champion and a heavyweight champion of the world, Frank Bruno. Fighting out of the blue corner, from London, England, and standing at 6 feet 6 inches, here is a British, Commonwealth, International, and European heavyweight champion, the juggernaut, Joe Joyce.
Lots of hype as they will fight into the night. We're outdoors for this big main event.
It's cooled down a little bit. The fighters will love that. We might see a high-tempo fight here.
Under the bright lights here for this one, really good matchup, and we're hoping for a really good fight. So here we go, the juggernaut back on display. One of the best chins in the division, Joe Joyce. Trying to land that jab. Nice defense on that left. This is the type of fighter that would say, I don't even want rounds. Let's just fight until one of us can't stand up anymore.
With sluggers, you cannot let them get into a rhythm because this is how they train. This is how they prepare for a fight. This is what they'll do all night. Do not dance their dance. You've got to use speed.
We're at the halfway point, and both of these fighters know the round is still up for grabs. Continues to touch him up.
A very close match. It shows the skill, the discipline, the respect both fighters have for each other because no one dare do anything out of turn.
Just misses with that uppercut. He threw a punch and just got countered. We wanted action, and they are giving us action. Looks like they're going to try and be a little more elusive now. This round's still up for grabs with just 10 seconds to go. Well, it's no secret who has the advantage after that last round. Let's see what they have in store for us in the next one.
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight because if they haven't, there's going to be absolute uproar.
We're hoping for an all-action slugfest. That last round was huge for him, Johnny. How does he keep the momentum going?
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round. Everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
This fighter told us yesterday, I don't get paid by the minute. I'm going to go in there and try and knock my opponent out as soon as possible.
They've got to be very wary. If you're in with a slugger, they will fight all night for fun. They'll stay in your face. They are naturally tough and strong and aggressive.
That punch is beginning to take its toll. The only fear you have with this fighter is, has he punched himself out? This has been a very competitive round between these two. It's the typical big man, little man argument. He's got to be quicker. He's got to move a lot to win this fight.
If you're standing in front of a dumper truck and you're trying to punch it back, push it back, the dumper truck is probably going to roll right over you.
Quick punch scores. Caution is being thrown to the wind. Good counter punching. Very close round with 10 seconds to go. Pretty dominant round there. Let's see how they respond here in the next round.
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is too easy. If they keep this same kind of pace up, they've got this fight.
Joyce, an Olympic medalist. They've got all the momentum on their side after that last round. Let's see what they do here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for...
What a nightmare scenario! Didn't wait long to get back and get engaged.
What recovery skills they are. What a shot it was. Completely gone. I thought there's no way he's going to finish this round. But look at that. Look at the movement. Look at the speed. Back on it. Like it never happened.
Punch, counter punch. You're not going to see as much footwork as the smaller weight classes in the heavyweight division, but we don't care. We want the heavy fists. Halfway through the round, and man, these two are going at it. Looks like a little change of strategy here, trying to loosen up the flow a little bit.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them. More than happy.
Catch and shoot. They threw the hook, it didn't land. No rest for the weary. That counter punch caught him clean. Here he is bouncing on his toe. Despite what the judges' scorecards read, there are no losers in this one. That was almost a 10-8 round, complete dominance.
You can't leave it up to the judges. It's up to you as the fighter, and the cornerman's got to put a firecracker on that fight to get out there and get the job done.
Joyce, an Olympic silver medalist. That round was complete domination. Let's see if we can shake things up here in this round.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
This fighter's sort of the death by 1,000 paper cuts approach. He'll hit you 1,000 times before you can land one.
When you have a fighter that's got that great footwork and that great hand speed, it's so hard. It's an uphill battle.
Good counter punch. It doesn't always pay to be first. It pays to be last. Well done with that counter shot. He's going to loosen things up here. Let's see how he does with this fancy footwork. Halfway through the round, and I don't know who's got the advantage. Great stuff.
Skill for skill, tap for tap. Just like a match made in heaven.
Fantastic punch. Energy and endurance are not an issue for this fighter who continues to be aggressive as the rounds wear on.
Middleweights always gives us a class. If you've got two class middleweight fighters, you are in for action. I'm quite sure right now, if you know your boxing, there's a certain fighter, I would just say marvelous, but some fighters were unbelievable middleweight.
You know the scorecards are going to be all over the place in this one. I promise you, all three judges here are going to give that round to you-know-who.
As long as they don't get complacent, you think this is too easy. If they keep this same kind of pace up, they've got this fight.
The Juggernaut back in a huge fight again. Coming off that fantastic last round, let's see if he can keep his momentum going.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
That punch is beginning to take its toll. What a punch! Good counter punch. Off the charts action from both of these fighters. How nervous would you get when you know you're facing a big puncher like this that can seriously hurt you?
Sometimes when you get in there with someone that's so powerful, you've got to outthink him. You've just got to be smarter than him. You've got to be like a little Fagin and pickpocket him.
Back and forth they go, neither fighter willing to back down.
They're so close, so close. How can you separate them? It's going to be a hard night tonight for the judges.
Nice counter shot. You don't stand and trade with Joyce. Can't land the jab there. The winner of this surely will get a world title shot. A very competitive round with 10 seconds left. Beautiful counter shot. They've got the momentum, they've got the advantage. How do they carry that into the next round?
I seriously hope the judges kept their eye on this fight because if they haven't, there's going to be absolute uproar.
And there's the bell to start the round. Well, there's no doubt about who won that last round. Let's see what he has for us here in the next one.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
How about that time counter shot? You've seen all the famous boxing movies, the training scenes, the gym work. That's what it all boils down to. Who's going to have more endurance?
The middleweights are the best you can ever come across. Obviously, the flyweight is a heavyweight, but the middleweight is the size of the average man or woman. When you get in there and you're letting the shots go, you've got power, you've got speed, you've got pace. You can stand, you can dance, you can do everything. We can look back in history. You know the amazing fights at middleweight are ridiculous. That is what writes our history book.
Good fight so far. Both of these fighters have had their moments. The jab misses.
Perfectly matched, skill for skill, tap for tap. Now this fight will say, you know what, I'm just that notch above you, and so I've got to respect both of them more than happy.
There's a scoring blow. That punch lands. Good counter punching. Has to be careful for that receipt. It's always coming. Which one of these athletes is going to say, I can't take it anymore? This round could go either way. 10 seconds to go. Well done with that counter shot. Well, there was no doubt about who won that round.
Dominance, without a doubt, made it look so easy.
Joyce always swinging for the fences. Coming off that great round, let's see if they can build on momentum here.
Todd, my motto is, if it's not broken, why change it? An excellent last round, everything works. Wait for the reaction. Until then, keep doing what you've just been doing because you've won that hands down.
In the early rounds of a fight, you'll see two boxers feel each other out, test each other's power, and I think this boxer has decided I can walk through anything that lands. This may do it! It's all coming to an end! How are they still standing?
Now they've got to wake up. They've got to get on the back foot, clear the head a little bit, then jump back into it again. It's all about the hustle. Get back on it.
Fantastic punch. Tough to be a judge in this fight as both fighters have had their big moments. So much for boxing. He caught him big time. I thought that was the end, but here we go again. Back into the... So much for defensive abilities. Knocked down hard. I'm not sure that they're going to be able to get back on their feet here as the referee continues the count. It looked great live. How will it look again on slow motion replay?
You're right, Todd. What a shot.
Well, Johnny, how do you rate the performance after this stoppage win?
A TKO. The argument's going to rumble on. The crowd aren't happy. The fighters aren't happy. They wanted to see a definitive end to this fight. These guys are going to have to do it all over again. But please, please, please don't give me another TKO.